For this problem, the health of employees is monitored by periodically weighing them in. A sample of 54 employees has a mean weight of 183.9 pounds. Assuming that sigma is known to be 45 pounds, use a 0.1 significance level to test the claim that the population mean of all such employee weights is less than 200 pounds. I know that's a lot of words, so remember the first word you should probably look for is the word claim. Because everything that comes after the word claim is going to be your hypothesis. So, step 1, find the hypotheses, H sub 0, H sub 1. We are talking about the word mean, so we know it's going to be mu, and it says the claim is that the mean weight is less than 200 pounds. So, less than is going to go under the alternative, and your null will be equal to also 200. As we've done on the others, take a moment and write claim under the alternative hypothesis so that we don't have to think about that again. Since it's a less than symbol, it's a left tail. And now we go to the work. Find the test statistic and p-value on your calculator. What calculator function are we going to use? Well, we already know there's a mu, so it's either z or t. And is there a sigma? Yes. So this time it will be a z test. I'm going to draw my little box of information on the right side of my screen before we even get to the calculator. And let's write down the things that we're going to have to type in. The first thing is going to be mu sub 0, which is the number from the hypothesis, 200. Then it's going to ask for sigma. The problem tells us that's 45. It's going to ask for x bar, and remember that's the mean from the sample, so that's the 183.9. By the way, you never use the same number twice. So since we already used the 200, we wouldn't use that again. And n is the sample size, the 54 employees. And then the last thing will be to highlight the symbol from the alternative, which is the less than symbol. So again, I hope that you're writing these things down. It will be good examples for you when you start doing your homework. And now let's put that into your calculator. Stat, right arrow twice to the tests. We're doing number 1 as a z-test. And if your calculator is still set on data, it's not going to be right. Notice it has a list there because we used lists last time. So make sure that you go to the top, hit right arrow and enter so that it is stats. I already have the data on my screen, so pause here if you need to type it in and then come back. But since I have 200, 45, 183.9, 54, the less than, and I'm going to go over to the draw. Let's see what we get. This one is not shaded, but we do see that we have a z-score. That's our test statistic, and a p-value, which is what we're going to use for our decision. So let's write those down. Our test statistic is back to a z-score, which is negative 2.63. P-value was 0.0043, and the alpha, back in the problem, look for the word significance level, was 0.10. This time when we compare them, 0.0043 is less than 0.10. If the p is low, then the null must go. So our decision is going to be to reject h sub 0. I know those little phrases are silly, but hey, they stick in our head. Then we go to our formula chart. We're looking for reject, so that's either 1 or 3. And go back to your claim. The claim was the less than symbol. So the claim does not include equality, which is answer or sentence number 1. There is sufficient evidence to support the claim that we go on. Remember, does not include equality is your less than, greater than, or not equal to. The bottom two sentences are when your claim is the equal to. So we go back to our sentence, and we've already made our decision, so we state our decision. There is sufficient evidence to support the claim that the population mean of all employees' weight is less than 200 pounds. If we had more time, or if this wasn't an intro class, we would talk to you more about those decisions and the sentences and be a little bit more detailed, but because this is an intro class, we've just chosen to give you the 4 options to help you with a little bit of the logic that's involved. But if you're curious about it, I encourage you to do a little research.